juice? Who's got the juice? Smooth.
Round 1. Fight! Ladies and gentlemen, my favourite fighting series of all time. No, it doesn't go to Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat or any of that other jazz. In fact, my favourite fighting series goes to the Tekken series. Yes, I absolutely adore a good old fighting game every now and then. They've provided me with so many memories, laughter, and given me some of the most intense moments I've had in gaming, and none have done this better than the Tekken series. Tekken 2 has always been with me since I was a kid. It's one of those games that I don't remember not having, if that makes sense. Like, it's just always been there, let's say. It was the game I turned to whenever I wanted multiplayer fun with my brother because, well, I mean, the other game we played was Bugs Bunny and Taz Time Busters, but whereas I always wanted to play that because I got to work with him, James didn't always want to work with me and would rather fight against me instead. So if we had like a debate we needed to settle or we just wanted a good laugh, we would always turn to Tekken 2 to provide us with this. But not only did I love this game for the multiplayer mode, but I also loved it for the arcade mode. I was a bit too young for the arcade mode, I think, in order to like say, fully learn the combos and whatnot. I was just there sort of to have a good time. I mean, I think I beat Devil once when I was a child, and that was with Michelle because she was my favourite. But I would always get so much enjoyment out of watching my brother play the arcade mode and unlocking all the characters, fighting Devil with each character, and I would always be rooting for him. If he was stuck in a moment, I would always be there being like, no, come on, I'm rooting! And I think he used to ask me to stay just to root, just to make sure he got it. But if a moment was too tough for him, I think he did ask me to leave the room a few times until he did it. But when I came back, I had to calm him down, you know, because Tekken 2 can get a bit intense. But even today, I still play Tekken 2 for nostalgia, to relieve stress. If I just fancy a quick little game or something, I will always turn to Tekken 2. I absolutely adore it. It's always been there with me. I mean, like, the music I remember like the back of my hand, the characters I remember, and just everything about this game. I just love it. It's just got a very special place in my heart, and I will never let it go. I always bring people like round to play it and whatnot if I can, and then they just moan because it's an old fighting game and oh, it's too stiff. But I just tell them to shut up and play the game, and then I end up kicking their asses to show them that they're wrong. I'm a horrible person. No one's wrong. Everyone has their opinions. I also have a lot of memories with Tekken 3, but oddly enough, more so now than I did back when I was a kid. As now what I do is with a certain someone, whenever we wake up, I like to have what I call Tekken 3 mornings, where we more likely will just play Tekken 3 in the morning and just fight each other, and let's not lie here, I kick his ass, not gonna lie here. But like, I've had so much fun having those Tekken mornings. It's a great way to wake up, it's the perfect way just to start the day, and it's so much fun. I mean, like, a quick little 10-minute match, that's all it needs, and you're ready for the day. But when we were kids, we did have like a demo of Tekken 3. I believe it was in like a little black case, and it had just a sticker on it with the Tekken 3 logo. And this was like intriguing because there was no other demo like this that we owned. Every other demo was in like the PlayStation magazine and whatnot. But this one was different, it was new, it was bold, and it was black. No other demo we had was like this, and because of this I remember we were just drawn to it. I don't even remember how we came across it, but I believe my cousin owned the full game. Either that or we used to take the demo over to her house quite a bit. My other cousin was a bit too young at the time to like get involved with video games, but Louise, my eldest cousin, she was always into Tekken, so we'd always either take it to her house or she owned the full game, and we would just play Tekken 3 for like hours, and we'd have so much, like, so many laughters, so much fun with it, and I just remember we all just having a blooming great time with it. We even had imaginary games of Tekken. That's how far we went. I like to be Kunimitsu. Kunimitsu seemed to be my jam when I was a kid. And then when James and I finally got a hold of Tekken 3, oh my god, was it so badass to play volleyball! It seems really bad to say, but I remember I have more memories playing volleyball with James on Tekken 3 than I do actually fighting him. Obviously we did fight, just as an FYI, but volleyball, we just had so much fun with it, we had laughter with it, it was funny, like, we even got a bit competitive every now and then, and it was, I just have so many memories playing it, because I mean, you could play volleyball in a fighting game. Like, this was mind-blowing. And it was also super exciting in Tekken 3 when James figured out how to unlock Gon and Dr. Bosconovitch. Gon is just freaking adorable. It's so cute to see such a tiny little dinosaur fight like a giant ogre, because he has like an adorable little bite move, I believe. He can roll, and then he does like a little fart as well. And he's just so cute, and this whole time, like, he's got his little hands and whatnot. He's just adorable, and I'm so sad that he hasn't been in any Tekken game since. But come on, Gon, I'm rooting for you. You can make it another Tekken game. Come on, buddy. Team gone for life! And then you also have Dr. B, who became my main man in Tekken 3. In fact, it got so bad that in the options menu, you get like an option that says, or you get like a statistic and it says your most played character. And I played Dr. Bosconovitch every single time I played Tekken 3 since. And I'm not gonna lie, his name may have popped up in that section. And no matter how much James like played as any other characters or played as one specific character, his name was not being removed from the list. I have no idea how much I played him. But I remember James used to get so pissed off with me saying, Rosie, this is your fault he's here. I don't want him in this place. He's stupid, he's not even that good. Rosie, will you stop playing as Dr. Bosconovitch? And I would just sit there just being super proud, being like, yeah, the man's being recognised. He's getting the praise he deserves. We did also own Tekken 1, but I don't have that as many memories with Tekken 1. I mean, the main things I remember were finding their hands and their heads hilarious as they kind of were out of proportion with their body, let's say. I remember it being really tough and it seemed that the only way you could pass on arcade mode was doing the grab move. Well, at least that's what I found anyway. And because it was a bit more clunky, we just didn't play multiplayer that often. I mean, I just don't have that many memories with it. It's still an okay game and I appreciate it for being the first fighter in the series, but I just don't have as many memories. But do not get me started on Tekken Tag Tournament 1. I absolutely freaking adore this game. It's absolutely bloody great. I think it feels like a classic Tekken game. It looks great. It's got the perfect amount of characters in it. The music in it's flipping great, and I've had so many memories with it. I remember buying it. James bought it when we were on holiday, and I remember seeing it being mind blown because this was like the first PS2 game for Tekken before Tekken 4 and whatnot. It was so awesome to see, and I was so excited to play it. And I want to talk about this game so much. I mean, I love this game so flipping much, and I still play it a lot today. I play it with friends, family, whenever I've got debates to settle on. I will always play Tekken Tag Tournament 1, but I want to save it for like a full-on review, so I'm going to express my opinions a lot more on that one then. I don't know what the review will be, I just know I definitely want to talk about it on this channel at some point, because it's in my top 10 games, and I just absolutely flipping love it. I'll leave it as that, and I'll leave the rest for suspense. Ooh. Ooh. In terms of the newer Tekken games, I mean, I'm classing that from Tekken 4 onwards. I still really enjoy them, don't get me wrong. I mean, I remember first purchasing Tekken 5, 6, and I'm really excited for 7. I mean, when I saw that at E3, I squealed like a girl. I was so excited. But I think that they've just got a lot more flashy, let's say. I mean, I don't think it's necessary to be so flashy, especially Tekken Tag Tournament 2. I mean, I own that game, I'm looking at it right now, and it's got like loads of dubstep music, it's got like flashy lights and stuff. The characters, I think there are way too many characters with the same fighting style and whatnot. But I think you can't get a better fighting game series, or a feeling for like the classics, if you know what I mean. I kind of said that completely wrong, but I'm going to go on with it anyway. Then Tekken 2, Tekken 3, and Tekken Tag Tournament. And even with the HD remake for that game, it's flipping great. Oh, and bowling! Oh, freaking bowling in Tekken Tag Tournament. That's freaking great as well. How could I forget to mention the bowling? Now, I know there's like a huge debate between Tekken and Street Fighter. Like, those seem to be the two that are neck and neck. Obviously, you've got like Soul Calibur, Super Smash Bros, Mortal Kombat and whatnot, all that fun jazz as well. But Street Fighter and Tekken, they seem to be like the siblings who don't get on, if you know what I mean. So I'm not gonna say, oh, play Tekken over Street Fighter or Street Fighter over Tekken, because everyone's got their own personal preference and everyone's entitled to their opinion. But what I will say is, if you do want to have like a good fighting game experience with friends, by yourself on arcade mode, the story's pretty goofy, so if you want a good laugh with it as well, then please check out the Tekken series. Even the newer ones, I mean, they look cool, they like play really well, they're a lot of fun to play. Even if the music is maybe a bit too dubsteppy for me. But please, check out the Tekken series, have a great time. I've got a lot of nostalgia for the series personally, and I will always frickin' love it. So if you're Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, whatever you choose, that's absolutely brilliant. But as for me, I will always remain a Tekken girl.